everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Don't Call Me Skinny. Super excited to be here with you on this Monday. I actually wasn't not going to record a podcast, but then I just felt like I wanted to talk about this without it being on a reel or on a story. And so I was like, I'm just going to talk about it here. So thanks for joining me today. I haven't put out a Monday episode in a hot minute. My 400th episode will actually hit this week, which is actually kind of wild. I'm going to Kentucky for a wedding for a good friend of ours that I actually met in my very first business mentorship. And that was, like almost 5 years ago at this point, which is just wild and crazy to think about. But I'm excited for that. So I get to pre-record those and get those out this week. But I wanted to talk about this specific thing because I just felt like it needs to be said. I had a really good friend of mine send me a profile photo or video or whatever, a profile reel, whatever. I don't even know if we call it profile reel. Anyway, had sent me a reel of somebody who is also a fitness coach who was very built like I used to be. And probably actually better. She probably had a way better figure than I did, to be honest. Not that I'm going to compare, but like just being super honest. And she has now gained 50 pounds. So I gained about 30 pounds ish or so. She gained 50 pounds and she is a little bit taller than me, but she's at like 230 pounds right now. And it resonated so much with me because this is a space that nobody talks about this part when we are a coach. The expectation is we are just going to continuously, constantly, always be looking our best, feeling our best, nailing our shit, going over all the things. And so I thought I'd give you guys a little update on my hired coaching. I hired a coach and what I'm kind of struggling with right now. So I hired a coach back at the beginning of June. It's been just about a month now. And I was like, it's the time, right? And the last about 10 days or so, I've been riding the struggle bus. If we're going to be super honest, we had a holiday. My kids' schedule has been absolutely nuts. I haven't seen them much. They actually take their driver's test tomorrow. So I'm like nervous about that. I'm trying to manage my stress the best I can. I'm not doing a very good job. I've had too many boozy drinks. And the last 10 days have been a little bit harder. I've actually pulled back a little bit on my training because I feel like it's not as good. I actually am losing some interest in it currently. So I'm doing some things a little bit differently and just kind of trying to move my body, just what feels good. I kind of talked this a little bit about last week on my podcast, how I used to be like, oh my gosh, if I go in a workout, I have to, document every single rep and every single exercise and every single everything. And while yes, I do think that there needs to be some kind of a plan and we need to be consistent with what we're doing. I think I'm also at a point after 9 years where I'm kind of blending a couple of different things. So I'm still progressively overloading. My intensity is still high when I train. But I've gone down from about 6 days to about 4 to 5 days. And I'm kind of blending two different programs together. And I'm not even going to lie. It's kind of going based off of what feels good. Now, again, I'm sticking to my core 4. So it's overhead press, squat, deadlift, and chest, bench press, and the accessories that come along with it. Like, so today I did a little bit of upper body. It was a combination of back, shoulders. No, I didn't do any shoulders, but back, chest, and arms. And so it was a combination of that, right? And I did log what I did. And then I'm going to move probably into my other program and do my squat and do all that stuff out of that program. And I'm still going to log that, but I am adjusting things as I go because it's just not feeling like I want it to right now. And again, we can't always do things based off of feelings. If I did things right now based off of feelings, I would be bathing in booze. I'm not even going to lie, and eating everything in my pantry and all the stuff, like all the ice cream would be gone. Like we have a bunch of like Milky Way bars, ice cream bars, Twix ice cream bars, and ice cream sandwiches that my father brought over on 4th of July. I've had one out of that box. And I know this coming weekend because I'm going to be traveling to Kentucky. Fingers crossed I get to meet one of my one-on-one clients, former one-on-one clients. Like fingers crossed. I love it when I get to meet my one-on-one clients. And so that being said, I know that this coming weekend is going to be another fucking shit show. It's going to be another fucking quote unquote setback, or how we would appear a setback, right? How we would look at like, just when I get going again, now I have this setback. And I'm really trying to reframe it as like, okay, Monday through Thursday, I'm on my shit. I can still travel and eat well. Like the whole weekend doesn't have to be shit just because I'm traveling. And I have to, it's a constant reminder of myself, to myself, for myself, that it just because I'm doing this thing doesn't mean I get to act like a fucking idiot when it comes to my food, right? I even told my husband, I'm like, we need to find where if hopefully there is, a Planet Fitness is down there so that I can go train on Friday, on Saturday, potentially on Sunday before we leave. Like those things help constantly keep me on track, even if it's just getting into the gym, moving my body, getting on a treadmill. Maybe we do a couple of exercises and that's it. For me, it's not about all the PRs and that kind of stuff. For me, it's just about getting in and keeping my structure, keeping my routine. Routine's everything for me. And Friday, when it's a holiday, my routine goes out the window. Everything goes out the window. Now I did train on 4th of July. Okay. I walked, I trained, I did all the things. It doesn't matter though, because it's still a holiday where I'm going to indulge. Now I will say Saturday, I got right back on track. I started tracking my macros again and whatnot, but I did have boozy drinks throughout the rest of the weekend. And that is going to continuously prevent me from getting where I want to go. And so this is going to be the crux of how I figure this out. Currently looking into different mocktail drinks so that I can feel like I'm still partaking in something, right? These are shifts that I'm having to make. Now, this is almost 5-ish weeks in. I have my check-in that I have to turn in today, which I'm not looking forward to because I have to be honest. But here's what I'm going to say. I expect my clients to be honest with me because I can't help them. I can't help them if I'm not those things. So when I tracked my food on 4th of July, y'all, it's all like, there's like, I think 2,200 calories sitting in my tracker because I was honest about what I drank. I was honest about what I ate. Okay. I expect my clients that same expectation because again, that's me moving in alignment. That is me expecting what is expected of me. Like, how can I expect my clients to be honest with me if I can't be honest with myself? And not only that, but at the end of the day, where are you going to go if you can't be honest? And I think that this is a hard part that a lot of us have. And sometimes it's because we're not aware, and other times it's because we're ashamed. I think those are the two biggest hangups. We're either not aware or it makes us feel really embarrassed and we're ashamed of our behavior and what we've eaten or what we've done. And it's like, okay, but we can't move forward if we are staying stuck there. We can't move forward if we're not honest to ourselves, to our coaches about what we're actually doing. And honestly, what we're struggling with. How do I work through this without leaning into my coach? I've not done a great job leaning into my coach this week. Why? I'm a little embarrassed. I'm like, God, why did I do that? I don't know why. It was a choice in the time that I chose it. Okay. The good news is I'm not like crazy spiking up in weight and starting back, where I started with my coach 5 weeks ago, but I'm not where I should be in my opinion, because I haven't been consistently in a calorie deficit. Maybe 3 out of the 7 days was I in a calorie deficit. Well, that's not going to get me where I want to go. That's 30%, maybe. Well, that's more like maybe 40%. I need to be 90%. I need to be 90% in it or more. Otherwise, what do I expect is going to happen? I already know nothing. Right? So these are the things that even I am working through, but I'm hoping I sent this other coach a message because I would love to have her on my podcast because I nobody talks about this. And we as coaches are just have this expectation that we are just going to stay lean and mean and perfect. And there's some thing that people think about us that it's like we're just a different like breed or something. No, we didn't figure anything crazy out. We just figured it out. And now that's what we're trying to help other people with. That doesn't mean though that we don't have our own shit that we still have to go through. Like, I think people think like, oh, you lose the weight and you maintain the weight for a long time. And I did. I maintained that weight for a long time till I hired another coach. And so you maintain this weight for such a long time. That's the expectation that people have. And then you have this moment happen in your life where you put some of that weight back on, and then all of a sudden something's wrong with you, or you're a terrible coach, or like, what the fuck happened to you? Or like, oh, you didn't fix yourself. See, even you can't sustain whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like there's all this judgment that comes out. I remember posting a photo of myself for my powerlifting meet, and some person posted some really nasty shit on my page and I deleted it. I don't even remember what it said, but he basically was like, this is, look at, he screenshot my body. He screenshot my photo, zoomed in on my body and was like, how are you calling yourself a health coach? I'm pretty sure you're a liar and a scam or something like that. That is what we deal with. I mean, could you imagine? I mean, I'm sure, at the end of the day, yes, teachers are responsible for educating students, but at the end of the day, it's like you can only do so much. It's the same concept. It's like the student has to be willing to meet you. If the student isn't willing to meet you, then it doesn't work anyway and it doesn't matter. Okay, but could you imagine people nitpicking apart your job like that? And maybe you do have a job. I'd be curious if you have jobs like this. Maybe you do have a job where people are nitpicking like that and people do, call you out and all that stuff. Who knows? I don't know. So that makes me kind of curious as to like, I wonder if there's anything else, but we are in the spotlight, especially now that we're all online. Now that we're all online, our business is all out there. It is why I have pulled back in posting my body and pictures of myself on Instagram and things like that, because it makes me uncomfortable, because I'm like, what are people going to think about me? How are people going to judge me? What are they going to say? Maybe they'll look at me and think, oh, why is she a coach? Oh my God, I can't believe she's coaching people with their health. Look at how fat she is. Like, these are legit thoughts that come in my brain. And then here I am hiring a coach and I'm like, man, I still can't get my shit together. It's like, ugh. And I can, and I am, but I have to understand, just like you, the process is not going to be fucking linear. I'm not going to lose weight every fucking day and every fucking week. It doesn't work this way. So I've just kind of chalked it up. The first 2 weeks of July are just going to be like, hang the fuck on. If you can get out of here, hang the fuck on and breathe. And you got this, right? And that's it. Remember that my last week I've talked about, what does the plan look like on the worst day? And that's the thing that I need to ask myself. Am I planning for the worst day, or am I planning for my perfect day where everything fucking goes perfectly? Because that's how I feel like right now. That's how I feel. I'm planning. I'm not planning for the chaos. I'm planning for the stability. And it's very rare that it's ever stable in life. It's very rare that things are not chaotic. So I need to plan for the chaos. I need to plan for the instability. I need to plan for those things so that I can actually do what I need to do. And even on my worst fucking day, still get where I need to go. Okay. That is how we do that. And I'm just being super honest about where I'm at in my own journey, where I'm at with my own health journey currently. Am I getting leaner? Yes. Here's another one. Am I taking pictures consistently? Nope. Am I measuring my body consistently? No. Why? I'm just like, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. So this week, it's like, yes, you can, and you need to, and you will. Because again, I need more data. I need more data than what just the scale is going to tell me right now, because I'm telling you, I can tell that I'm getting leaner. I can tell in my waist. I can tell under my arms. I can tell in my shoulders, in my collarbones, in a little bit in my hips, not much yet. That's okay. But that's what I have to do. I am no different than anybody else listening to this podcast. I am not different. I am not a fucking anomaly. I am not your fucking, diamond in the rough. I'm nobody special. I'm just me in here, hanging on for the ride, doing the best that I fucking can so that I can get to where I want to go. And it's going to take me longer than I want it to. It's going to take me where it's going to take me longer. It's going to be harder than I want it to be. That's what I'm trying to say. I was like, I already said the other one. It's just where that's just sucks. And I need to fucking buckle up. I need to get on. I need to get in for the long haul. And I need to remind myself that the last time I did this, I had a lot more momentum under my belt. I had a lot less chaos in my life. And my planning was able to be different because of those things. My life was so much more structured than it is right now. And I need a plan for right now, not like, oh, the first time when I did it a long time ago. My life looks nothing like that. That was 8-9 years ago. I can't plan for 8-9 years ago. My kids are not that size. My life does not look like that. So I encourage you, if you're listening to this right now, I'm telling you these things. I'm trying to be open and honest about this, not to discredit me. In fact, I think it only makes me relate to all of my clients and majority of the women that are out there far more than anything else, because I am not special. I struggle just like everybody else. I have hard days just like everybody else. I make decisions that I'm like, fuck, why did I do that? What is wrong with me? Nothing. You're just human. And these are sometimes choices that we do choose. So if you're out there and you're struggling, I hear you. I see you. I'm not much different than you. Okay? My encouraging that I want to tell you right now is that you are trying to be somebody new. You are trying to become somebody you've never been before. Even me at this stage in my life, I am not the same person that I was 9 years ago. I'm becoming that person. This journey here going forward, it's a level up time. And I need to be patient with myself, because every single day that I continuously try to do better, I am trying to become somebody that I've never been. And I got to be patient with her. I got to be patient right now with myself so that I can get to be that person. So I'm reminding you that if you stay consistent, it will happen. You're going to get where you want to go if you can stay consistent. It doesn't mean that it's perfect every day, all day, every week, every month. What it means is that you start showing up, just keep showing up every single day. Every single day. So thank you for joining me on this. If you know somebody that might relate to this podcast, please screenshot and share that with them, or just share with them this podcast. Just click the share link and you can send it right over to them. Say, hey, I think you might resonate. I think you might want to hear this. So thank you for giving me the space and the platform to come to and just talk about what I need to talk about and talk about what feels right for me. And again, I didn't want to go on a reel. I've already posted 2 or 3 reels today on TikTok, at least. Not on, not on Instagram, because Instagram doesn't like that many in a day. But I wanted to be able to expand a little bit on where I'm at and how I'm feeling about my own process. And I'm struggling right now. So if you're struggling, it's okay. If you're struggling, I'm in it with you. If you're struggling, I promise you, you just keep showing up, be patient with yourself, and everything that you want is on its way. It's coming. Okay? I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your Monday. I will catch you on the next episode.